Maldives holds several fundraising campaigns to grant assistance to flood-hit Pakistan. We look into details of such several campaigns and initiatives.
Adalat party says they have received more than 300,000 Maldivian rupiah as assistance to Pakistan till last night. Adalat stated that they have collected 392,699 rupiah. Adalat has set up 4 donation boxes across Malé, while their Formulaku branch has initiated 3 boxes in Yavian Atoll. Adalat had also opened a donation account in Bank of Maldives. Donations could now be made to BML account number 770-127-069-7001. Adalat is also working with Diragu and Watania to set up donation via SMS. 8 donations to Pakistan is also carried out in North Province. Rafine Association FACE says they have collected around 4,000 Maldivian rupiah and expects to collect more in the following days. The association is also working to collect donations from other islands across the region. It is also to be noted that Fino is the first island to initiate donation collection across the atolls. Barras Maldives Resort as well donated 25,000 rupiah to Pakistan. Barras Maldives stated that the cash had been donated by its staff within 24 hours. The donation was received on behalf of the Pakistani government by the Pakistani High Commissioner to Maldives, Ali Akhtar Sulaheri. ADK also donated 85,000 rupiah funded by its staff. Also, Maldivian TV and radio stations in association with civil societies are to initiate a special nationwide campaign to grant assistance to Pakistan.
Medical staff at Field Hospital in Nowshera district request more medicine and equipment as they continue to try and treat sick and injured civilians displaced by the flooding in Pakistan.
Gulzar Hassan is a doctor struggling to run the field hospital at a government technical college in Nowshera, 27 miles east of Peshawar, in the country's northwest. However, he said, although they have treated many cases of diarrhea, so far they did not identify any cases of cholera. The UN High Commission for Refugees said it provides shelter to over 500 families in Nowshera district, and its emergency facility will eventually hold up to 3,000 people affected by the floods. World Health Organization WHO said more than 200 health centers or hospitals across the country had been damaged or destroyed in the floods. Around 150,000 people are reported to have joined the mass exodus of the Indus River floodplains on Saturday as floodwaters continued to rise. In the southern Sindh province, 600,000 people have set up relief camp as a result of flooding over past month. The waters have washed away houses, roads and crops and smashed key communication and transport infrastructures. Officials expect floodwaters will recede nationwide in the next few days as the last river torrents empty into the Arabian Sea. The United Nations Food Programme's Pakistan Country Director Wolfgang Herbinger said on Saturday that the program needs at least 40 more helicopters to reach the large number of people cut off by the flooding. The country's textile industry is also expected to suffer because of damage to cotton crops. Already the prices of vegetables, meat and dairy products have risen sharply across the country. Aid groups from around the world have been trying to help the government by providing food, medicine, shelter and other crucial assistance.
The International Monetary Fund says the floods that have struck Pakistan pose a massive economic challenge and it will review the country's budget and financial prospects. IMF will start talks with Pakistani officials in Washington on Monday to assess how to give support best.
Tens of thousands more Pakistanis have been fleeing the floods, with the south now bearing the brunt. Overall, about 1,600 people have been killed and 20 million affected. Masood Ahmad, director of the Middle East and Central Asia Department of the IMF, said in a statement, "The floods which have hit Pakistan in recent weeks and brought suffering to millions of people will also pose a massive economic challenge to the people and government of Pakistan." Mr. Ahmad said that the IMF stood by Pakistan at this difficult time. The IMF agreed a rescue package with Pakistan 2 years ago as the country was then weighed down by soaring inflation, shrinking reserves and fighting militancy. The Pakistan government has said that the cost of rebuilding after the floods could be as high as 15 billion US dollars. Meanwhile, tens of thousands more Pakistanis are being displaced in the southern province of Sindh, which is now being described as the country's worst hit province. About 1/10 of the homeless have places in relief camps. The rest are trying to survive alone without shelter or any assurance of food, she says. Aid is being provided, but it is limited and in enormous demand. Dozens more villages have been inundated, and although authorities expect flood waters to drain into the Arabian Sea over the next few days, evacuees who return may find their homes and livelihoods have been washed away.
Four people died and more than 64,000 were evacuated in China as heavy rain sparked serious floods along the North Korean border, with Pyongyang's state media warning of devastating consequences. Downpours swelled the Yalu River, which forms the border between the two countries, to untenable levels, sending floodwaters into homes on both sides of the frontier, state media in both nations said. In the northeast Chinese city of Dandong, more than 64,000 people were evacuated, the Xinhua State News Agency reported Sunday. About 230 homes collapsed and some transport, power and communication links have been cut off. The Transport Ministry said in a statement that it had sent civilian helicopters to plug a group of about 90 stranded residents from their flooded homes.